Something Wicked Expert is the first stage of 2 in the Evil Cat Awake subchapter. If you need help with the Insane stage, just use the time markers to skip there, but if you're having difficulty with this Expert one, stay right here. So at the beginning of the stage, a kangaroo spawns, and a lot of those guys, snatches, squirrels, and a bunch of other little peons are also spammed. Kangaroo is later supported by 2 otters, which spawn at around 30 seconds. So this kangaroo isn't very strong. All you need to do is spam meat shields to block him and prevent him from progressing. And once you've saved up enough money, just nuke him with Bahamut. You can probably do this before the autos spawn, so just nuke him with Bahamut. Spam your meat shields, the autos will come up to Bahamut. Bahamut will also destroy them. Yeah, that's basically it. Before base hit, there's nothing noteworthy, but at 90% base HP, that is when the boss spawns, which is called Gentleman Bros. Looking at Gentleman Bros stats, his stat spread is kind of weird. He has 499 range, 750,000 health with only 3 knockback counts, and a very low 575 DPS and 4,000 damage. So our first impression of him is he is a backliner unit with high range and very low damage, but the most important thing about him is his ability, which is a guaranteed chance to freeze all of your cats for 3 seconds. And with this ability coming from 499 range, he'll be able to freeze anything in almost every unit you own. So that's pretty annoying, and with his 7 seconds time between attacks, the freeze occurs for roughly like 40% uptime. Very annoying, but luckily since his damage isn't that high, most of your cats won't be knocked back by his attacks, so he serves as kind of a debuffer for the enemy team, and as you see, he is coming with some very strong support, being Shadowboxer Ks and Dark Otters. These guys are very fast with very high DPS, so they pair well with Gentleman Bro's ability to freeze, and while your troops are frozen, Shadowboxer K and Dark Otter can beat the crap out of your troops unopposed. Now, the key to this is to bring 5 meat shields, as again, the Shadowboxer Ks and Dark Otters have very high DPS. And know that these Shadowboxer Ks and Dark Otters are not infinite. A total of 3 Dark Otters spawn, and a total of 6 Shadowboxer Ks spawn. The Shadowboxer Ks come in groups of 2, and they spawn every 50 seconds, and the Dark Otters spawn 1 at a time every 30 seconds. So if you can survive 2.5 minutes, the Shadowboxer Ks and Dark Otters will completely stop spawning, giving you free reign over Gentleman Bros. So as we know, he's extremely weak on his own. So just survive 2.5 minutes, and then you get some alone time with Gentleman Bros, who's completely helpless on his own with his 4,000 attack stat. Also keep in mind that Bahamut cannot one-shot Shadowboxer K or Dark Otter, but he does take an extremely large chunk of HP off them. And now we arrive at the insane version of this stage. So before base hit, once again, Gentleman Bros does not spawn, but 3 Dark Doges do spawn, 1 every 20 seconds, and these things are brutal. So they are really boosted, so each Dark Doge has 40,000 HP and does 16,000 damage. So even if you have a Racer Cat pretty high leveled, Doge Dark will be able to one-tap insta-kill him. So I suggest deploying your cheaper 75 cent meat shields at the beginning to save some money. There's no point in deploying Wall or Eraser because they get instantly killed by these Doge Darks. And I highly suggest bringing a Rich Cat and Cat Computer in the stage, because the reason I brought Rich Cat is hypothetically you could stall the Doge Darks to build up money. I just found this too difficult, especially if you're a newer player. It's not very easy to do. So I just brought Rich Cat to get my worker wallet starting at level max. My advice is to just kill these 3 Doge Darks, not as quickly as possible, but don't let them hurt your base or anything like that. Just kind of kill them when you get to it. Don't take too long. So this time on base hit, Gentleman Bro spawns as usual, though he is boosted to 150% this time. That means all of his stats from last stage are now boosted by 50%. And he is now supported by a Lenoir, who is a elephant with 410 range, really high damage and health, and 1 knockback count, as well as another super boosted Doge Dark and Gabriel, who has higher health than Doge Dark but lower damage. Another Lenoir will also spawn after 60 seconds to support the first one, so that's pretty annoying. Just like the last stage, the main goal here is to survive the first 2.5 to 3 minutes of the stage, because during this period, Gabriels and Doge Darks are spawning every 10 seconds. And this is a serious problem because, again, these Doge Darks and Gabriels have tons of health, really high damage, and they're just a huge nuisance and a huge threat. So this is kind of like a battle of attrition, because after 2.5 to 3 minutes, that's when the Doge Darks and the Gabriels completely stop spawning, and the Doge Darks start spawning much more slowly. So if you can make it to that around 3-minute mark, you will survive and beat the stage, but if you can't make it till then, you lose. As you can see, I didn't even bother bringing Wildcat this time. He's more expensive for no reason since the Doge Darks are so lethal. And as you see, I also brought Run Cat in lieu of Bahamut. Because these Doge Darks and Gabrielle spawn so often, you don't want Bahamut, who attacks really high damage but really infrequently. You want Run, who has rapid attacks, meaning she attacks almost all the time. Basically, having an area attacker who attacks often is really useful against these Doge variants in the stage. And if you don't have Run, if you have some sort of Uber with area attack, I recommend bringing them. If you have an Uber rare who you think might work instead of Run, leave it in the comments and I can confirm whether it would be helpful in the stage or not. After the immense spam of Doge Darks and Gabrielle stops, we notice something. So, it doesn't look like it, but Lenoir is actually standing in front of Gentleman Bros. That is because Lenoir has 410 range, and Gentleman Bros has 499 range. So what will happen in the stage is you'll have to kill the Lenoirs before you get to Gentleman Bros. That is part of the reason I brought Prisoner Cat. He is the advent unit from last month, actually. I have a video on him on my channel. So Prisoner Cat can outrange Lenoir, and we'll be able to chip it down eventually, along with the help of Run, who also outranges Lenoir. And after both Lenoirs are dead, the stage is a piece of cake. Just like in last stage, Gentleman Bros does outrange all of the units I've brought in, but since the attack stat isn't very high, your Macho Legs, Dragons, all of your attackers will eventually chip down and kill him. Though it is sad to note that Run becomes completely useless after the Lenoirs die, because Run's force swing is super long, so basically Gentleman Bros will constantly knock her back and stuff, so after Lenoir dies, I would say just stop deploying Run, and with that, just keep deploying meat shields and your attackers other than Run, and I'd say you're set in the stage. I mean, that's how I won, so yeah. If you have any problems, leave it in the comments. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. These monthly advent stages, I do videos on them every month, so when the next one comes up, I'll make a video again, so that should help you out, and that's about it. See ya.